Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Easter. I hope you're having just the best Easter Monday. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe, and welcome to DocTalk Live Q&A. All right, before we start, I just want to say something. I don't think the world's ever going to be the same again. I'm not saying it's going to be worse, but it's never going to be the same like it used to be. And you know what? No matter what you're going through, I just want you to know that my heart is with you. But until we fill up our hearts with love from ourselves and learn how to respect and protect ourselves, and we make other people in charge of our lives, well, you see what's going on. You see the chaos. And it is chaos. How did we ever come to this? We're bigger than this. We're created by God Almighty for God's sakes. You know what? And the only people that are actually passing on are people that are sick. Healthy people aren't getting this. But understand this. You need to get this. That when you're healthy, you're healthy. When you're not, you're not. When you're sick, you vibrate low. When you vibrate low, you create an environment for bugs. It's the same thing. Fast-moving river or swamp. What came first? The bug or the swamp? The swamp. Just know this. We so need to understand something. We are so responsible for this temple called our body. Nobody else can be responsible. You know what? Everything that I do is about training you. Okay? All right? Everything I do is about training you. Find a practitioner that's going to train you how to master your mind and master your body. I want to talk about something. Silver bullet therapy. Do you think we've had enough? Silver bullet therapy is, you know what? Do people get cancer because of lack of chemo? Do they get the flu because of lack of vaccinations? Do they get a migraine headache because of lack of what? Tylenol? Do they get tumors because of lack of surgery? Do they get hip replacements because of lack of surgery? I don't think so. We're an inflammation nation. But I'll tell you where we're the sickest right now is our minds. We don't know what to do we? We're in lockdown. I know the coronavirus is real, but you're more real. You're more bigger than any virus. I'm not taking away from anything. I'm not downing anybody or going after anyone. I'm coming after you and telling you that you're way bigger than this. I'm telling you that if you make healthier choices on an emotional, physical, and spirit level, the whole world would change. I'm going to tell you that you can only change yourself. You can't change anyone else. And to change yourself, you're really going to have to take massive personal action. If you look at the work that I do, I'm right. I'm right. When it rains, you get wet. And I'll tell you right now, we're getting pretty wet. We have to learn or burn. We have to do self-love, not just love. We have to do self-care, not health-care. And that's the God's truth. So let's get on with it. Let me first go to my courses that are coming up. Okay. My next course is July the 4th, and it'll be here in Kelowna. And that course will be the Whole Life Coach certification. And that'll be an 8-day course with 1 day off. And then we'll be going right into the Wolfe Non-Surgical, which will be 11 days. Okay? And we take, after the 6th day, we take 1 day off for a break. So there'll be 2 days off if you were to take the whole 21-day course. You can just take the Wolfe Whole Life Coach certification, or you can just take the Wolfe Non-Surgical. But what happens when you take the Whole Life Coach certification, you will know on an emotional and physical and on a spirit level how to help people and help yourself. And understand something. We have practitioners from medical doctors to nurses to lay people coming to take this course. We have people who have been in practice for 30, 40 years to take this course. We have people who come and take both courses that have been in practice for 30 or 40 years. And then we have people that have never been in practice before but would like to start a natural health practice. So understand something. This is open to everyone because everyone has a hidden practitioner within them. And understand, if you take the Whole Life Coach and you take the Wolfe Non-Surgical, which is the most powerful body work on the planet, and I can prove it, and you take those two together, then you are also a certified pelvic floor therapist. Do you know what that is? Well, that's somebody that's going to understand how the core works and how the pelvis works. And you may not know this, but 95% of all illnesses and surgeries and diseases, and the reason why you're taking medication, is all because of those two areas: your lower core, which is your large intestine, and your pelvis. And when you come out of there, you're going to be able to teach people how to actually generate and keep 85% of their energy, because we are unlimited energy when we know how to run our physical body. And guess what? We're all being run into the ground right now because we did not prepare, we did not study, and we did not ever pay any attention. We focused on what? I don't know. Movie stars, movies, video games, Netflix, sports. We didn't pay attention to our bodies. We didn't pay attention to our lives. So what happens when you don't pay attention to something? You lose it. And that's it right there. I'll tell you what this has taught me. This has taught me to pay more personal attention to my body, my life, my family, and what's really going on, and really makes me pay attention to when people are talking, what are they really saying and what are they really meaning? Okay? So we have a course here July the 4th, then we have another one September the 5th to the 25th in Kelowna, and then we have another one November the 14th to December the 4th. And then guess what? February, we're in Ixtapa, and we're going to be doing a full-blown course there, and we're going to be doing a lot more courses there. Go take a look at Ixtapa Palace, okay? Look that up, all right? And that's going to become the new home for the Doc of Detox and ITIOH for South. We'll have North and we'll have South, all right? And we will become very active down there, and we'll be very active up here, but very active down there as well. Upcoming shows, guess what? If you want to come and watch my clapping your heart and lungs for health on the 15th, guess what? Watch Facebook, watch YouTube, or make sure that I have your email. I'll be sending you an invitation. This is by invitation only. You know, some of the most powerful things in life need to have respect, need to be respected. Oh, that would be your body. But the reality is this clapping and patting, it's very powerful. And I'm going to only teach those that opt in and say, I want this, Dr. Wolfe. You know, I'm going to tell you something. It's the craziest thing. This morning I did a one-a-day on Facebook, and I said, talked about blue light, talked about, you know, what the negatives are of blue light. Blue light being your computer, your phone, LED lighting, okay, your TV, and bloody well every mall and dentist and every other office you go into is toxic for you. And I had this lady email me or text me, on Facebook and go, you're just like everybody else. You have to market things. And I just nicely said to her, it's the funniest thing, you know, you can sell pharmaceutical drugs. You can do all these other things in the world. You can be like the government and everybody else. But you know what? I said to her, well, if you can figure out a way that I can run 2 studios, create a library, okay, and do all this training for free for everyone and not have to sell products, please let me know. It's the funniest thing, since I can tell you this. People never think twice about the drugs they take, but you know what? They'll come attacking natural health people. The craziest thing in the world, isn't it? I think the world's a little messed up, to be honest with you. You know what? Whatever you may think of me, I will tell you one thing. I do it from my heart. I'm doing the best I can. I have a staff, 2 videographers, a graphic artist. I have 5 other people on staff that aren't even in my office that run all this, that keep all of this moving. And you know what? I love it. I love sharing, and I love sharing as much as I can for free, because if we don't, how are we going to really help everybody? We got to charge everybody for everything. But you know what? To have people do that, so understand something. It doesn't bother me because it's okay. I get it. But the reality is we can't squabble. We can't squabble anymore. We got to come together and work together. Okay? All right? We have to work together as a family, as a team. You know, the biggest thing is what about your children? What about your children's children? What kind of world is this going to be? That's all I want to say. I'm going to answer all your questions as much as I can today with as much integrity and honesty as possible. Okay? So, like I said, the clapping will be released at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday. You'll have to have an invitation and opt into it. Okay? And then the following Wednesday, I will have Clive DeCarl, and he'll be talking about viruses and other mysteries. And that'll be the following Wednesday. Okay? And every week I will be doing a Q&A, but after next Wednesday's show, I probably won't be doing a show for about 2 to 3 weeks because I'm working on 2 master classes that I'm going to be releasing, okay? And I want to finish them. And you can opt in, and you can get those for free too. So here's my Braveheart course. It's for free. Here's A to Z Masterclass, Wellness Masterclass. That's for free. So understand something, everyone. I will continue to do my best. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm looking to see people have a smile on their face. People be able to walk out of their homes freely. People to make choices and taking their power back. This is why I do this. Because I can only be as strong as the rest of my family, and that would be the world. So if you care, please share. If you care, please find out what your passion is and share it with everyone else. And become the light for everyone else so that we can come together and we can create that world that we've always dreamed of. Thank you. All right. So like I said, every Monday I'll be doing my Q&A. And for those practitioners out there, I will be doing a practitioner training every Tuesday because you deserve my support and I'm going to be there for you. All right? So get your questions ready for Tuesday tomorrow, everyone. Thank you very much. All right, so let's go with the first question of the day. Oh, and don't forget, everyone, start texting in on YouTube or Facebook, and I'll take your questions. Oh, here we go. Jackie from YouTube. Dr. Wolfe, can you please do a video on what a whole plant-based diet looks like? Well, I think I already did. And if you go watch the Perfect Day video, if you go into my library and click on the Perfect Day Guide and then go and watch that video, it's 2 hours, but I go through more than just the diet. I go through everything from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at night and what you want to do, what to eat, where to start. So go to Doc of Detox Library, click on the Perfect Day Guide, and then go watch the Perfect Day video. All right? And you can also open up the guide and go to page 40. I think it's page 40, yeah. And then you can also look at from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then we've got tons of recipes in there, skin brushing, salt glow, how to do the nebulizer, how to do a castor oil pack, how to do the ultimate coffee enema. So it's all in there to get you going, okay? And for those of you, just know this. Oh, I don't have, you can see my book right here, The Healthy to 100. If you call in the office, we'll send it to you free. You only pay the shipping if you want. So what a whole plant-based diet looks like. I promise I'll do something on it, okay? But I will tell you that I'm going to be doing a lot of Instagram, maybe 1 or 2 Facebook postings, my Q&As every Monday, and I'm going to back off for the next 3 weeks, like I said, because I want to get these master classes done. And the one master class is I Am Woman, and that's for all the women out there. It's going to blow you away, I promise. And the other one is going to be how to thrive and stay alive in a brave new world. And so that'll be about, the one will be I Am Woman, will be about 8 hours long. The other one will be about 12 hours long. And they'll be going into my library, but you'll be able to access these if you sign up at quickstart@docofdetox.com. I'll send you an email back, and that'll get you into all of those products. Again, they're for free. And understand something. How much time do you actually spend every day with yourself and learning about yourself, your beautiful self, on an emotional and physical level and spiritual level? Do you spend 35, 40 minutes a day? If you don't, you'll never have the edge. You won't. And you're telling me, I don't have the time? Well, tap into that real powerful part of you and you will have the time. Okay? Corinne, can't wait to learn about clapping. How do you get an invitation? Well, here's the deal. It's getting pretty crazy out there, guys. Okay? Just understand that. I have to make sure I invite people in to things from now on and that they actually opt into them. And just know this, and I'm saying this right now, I need to protect my website and being able to be on Facebook. And I've been posting things on Facebook, and just know this, they've been taken off as fast as I put them on. So trust me, I understand where I stand. So you will get an invitation, but just know this, that there's a war going on. There's people out there that really care and love you that are trying to get information out there, and they will be shut down if they continue. All right. So, Margaret, Dr. Wolfe, every spring I get bronchitis. It lasts for months. Dry cough, congested sinuses, and it usually stays until summer arrives. What can I do when I get this or to stop getting this? Well, first of all, you do want to watch my clapping. That's this first one, everybody, is clapping your lungs and heart for health. So I'm going to be doing the whole lung and heart area, okay? And understand, anyone that has breast issues, lung issues, lymph problems, skin problems, or if you've got issues with your arm, this is all great for that. And over the next 2 to 3 months, I'm going to clap the whole body, and I'm just going to put that up into this master clapping padding class, and then you can watch it and you can learn how to do it. And understand something. Look at this. I know I'm off a little bit here, but the reality is this. Guess what? I'm 64 years old. Come on, give me a break here, guys. Do I look 64? Do I act 64? Do I move like 64? No, you don't have to. And listen to me. I do have the key. If you listen and watch my videos and do the things I ask you to do, okay, all right, you are going to turn your life around. And if you can't turn your life around, it's because you can't love yourself enough to do it. And that's it. So just get it. Everybody was given the same opportunity to come down here. And when you came here, you were total love. And then guess what? You got adulterated. I get it. But you said you could come down and play this game and totally love and honor yourself and respect yourself and give you what you need. Because if you're not selfish enough to give yourself what you need, how are you going to do that for anyone else or be the light for them? And that's why we're in this position right now. So, Margaret, first thing I would say, if you got bronchitis, it lasts for months, you've got a dry cough, you're congested, your sinuses. Well, for one thing, let's take a look. What's your diet like? Is it inflammatory? I guarantee you're probably eating animal products, or you're probably eating dairy products, or you're probably eating gluten. And there's probably sugar, and there's tacos in your house, and there might even be ice cream. How's that? Okay? So do you have a whole plant-based diet? And have you ever cleansed your colon and your liver? Because guess what? What does bronchitis mean? Bronchitis means that you have inflammation of the bronchial tubes. Oh, why would you have inflammation? Well, because you have infection. Why would you have infection? Because you have an inflammatory diet or an inflammatory mind. And guess what? Are you ready for this? The actual meridian of the lungs goes right down and attaches to the bowel. Your bowel and lungs are teammates. So if you were to actually cleanse your colon, get on the daily cleansing tea, the Tummy Love, the Black Gold, and then do the ultimate coffee enema, get yourself an enema bucket, get yourself the S.A. Wilson coffee, and get yourself, also use a little bit of Tummy Love, and use a little bit of Black Gold in your ultimate coffee enema. You're not going to have this problem. And if you've got bronchitis, then what you should be doing, let me see here, right here, is you can get my Silver Bullet spray, and you can also get my Humic Fulvic nano drops, and you can start taking in the silver and the fulvic into your lungs and into your sinuses, and breathe that in and help to bring down the inflammation in your sinuses. So that is one thing that you should be doing, okay? All right? And, of course, the padding and the clapping. And why does it last? I'm telling you why it lasts. Immune system equals how healthy you're going to be. So the more inflammation you have, the less immune system you have. Now, what else would I be doing if I had bronchitis? Well, I would probably be rubbing Lung Restore on the areas of my lungs. What else would I be doing? Well, I would make, first thing in the morning, 40 ounces of water, boil it. Then I'd put a pinch of cayenne in, 2 tablespoons of organic honey, 1.5 ounces of lemon juice, and I drink that throughout the day. That warm drink coming in, and the cayenne and the lemon is going to help to bring down the inflammation and the infection. But understand something. Until you really start doing things like this, the daily cleansing tea, you know what? If everybody would just do daily cleansing tea morning and night, it's not expensive. You're going to get rid of 80-85% of your problems anyways, because your large intestine is the mother of all organs, okay? It has 85% of your immune system is in your large intestine. You know, the one that we beat up through diet and drugs? Well, that same thing is your immune system. So let's clean out the large intestine. The daily cleansing tea also cleanses the liver, the kidneys, and the blood, and the lymph. There's no stimulants in it. So try it out, see what you think. And then, like I said, do the coffee enemas. And you might have to do a coffee enema twice a day. But at least if you do a coffee enema for at least, let's say, 10 days in a row, oh, man, what a difference it's going to be. Because you got to understand something. Okay. So dig this. Some people have never cleaned their liver, but your liver purifies your blood. And what have you been putting in there all your life? Think about that one, okay? All right, Rhonda, I've been having terrible ringing in my ears the past 2 weeks, also restless legs at night. What causes this and how do I treat it? I drink tons of structured water. Let me tell you something right now. And you can believe it or not believe it. It doesn't matter. But if you knew how many people in the last 6 weeks have been calling me up that their eyes are burning from blue light, from their computers, from their phones, from their TVs, okay? And then we've got all that LED lighting everywhere. But the reality is guess what? I swear to God, I know that they turned up the blue light, because take a look at look up Hulu, and you'll find out that Hulu has the patent where they can actually they have 11 patents where they can put frequencies right coming out of your computer, your TV, and your phones to actually create different moods. Oh, I feel angry. Oh, I feel depressed. Oh, I feel anxiety. Okay, but I really believe they turned up the blue light. And I'm going to tell you something. This ear of mine, it wasn't ringing for years. And now I've got a ringing in my bloody ear. And I think too, and you can say I'm a nut job. That's okay. But over on the other side of my volcano here, where I live, there's the old volcano right here across the street. On the other side, they put up, a 5G tower. They put up another 5G tower maybe about 8 miles from here. And and then they put another one up on the Best Western. So I know 3 that just went up in the last 3 weeks. So don't you think that these things go for miles and miles and miles? So between the blue light coming up, and isn't it kind of funny, this whole viral thing, and then all that blue light that look at, I can only listen to the hundreds of patients I talk to, and I do talk to hundreds of patients. Look at, I give my number out and I tell people to call me. I'm extension 5. You want to talk? Let's talk. Tell me what your problem is. We're here to help. But the reality is guess what? It's the invisible now that's causing these problems. And I'll tell you what I do. This is all I can tell you what I do. I use my silver bullet, okay, which is right, well, here, I got Bright Eyes. There's the Bright Eyes. I put Bright Eyes in my ear, and I'll put it in a few times a day. And you're going to have to, because that inflammation is causing scar. Okay, the ringing is inflammation of your inner ear, and that inflammation, if it continues, it creates scar tissue formation and crystallization and even calcification. So you lose your bloody hearing after a while. And some of you will want to lose your hearing because the ringing is going to drive you crazy. So I'll put the Bright Eyes in. And if you go to YouTube, to my do-it-yourself videos on YouTube, you'll see that I show how to do ear restoration. It's right there. I'll put the Fulvic in. I'll let it soak for 5 minutes. I'll grab the ear, move it around this way, move it around that way, empty it out. I'll put the silver in, and I'll do that with the silver. And then guess what? Where's my silver spray? I don't even see it here. Okay, but anyways, my silver bullet spray. And then what I do is I take this, ear clear. That's right. We have a product that's made out of St. John's wort and other essential oils, and you can actually pour it into your ear or even your child's ear. You're not going to hurt them. And I'll put that in my ear, and I've put that in my ear already probably 3 times today because I still have this ringing here, right? And understand, I guess, stress also adds to it, not drinking enough water, not structured water, an inflammatory diet, yeah. But those are the things you want to do. Get the fulvic acid eye drops. They're called Bright Eyes. Get the silver bullet. Get the ear clear. And go take a look at, and then you're going to use a hot pack. I show the whole thing on my YouTube video. Okay, Rhonda? Ringing the ears, also restless legs at night. Okay, well, you're stressed right out. This is anxiety. So restless legs, you're burning your nervous system out, and that's the God's truth. All right, so take a look at your mind. Is it a landmine? Look at, guys, the only thing that really keeps me together is me staying in the present moment and then seeing, am I in the present moment? Am I focused on my life? Am I in a good place? Where's my focus going? Okay. Is it going to vaccination? Is it going to 5G? Is it going to the coronavirus? Where is my focus? Is my focus in really protecting and respecting myself on an emotional, physical, and spirited level? That's the bottom line. Let me tell you something. Nobody can take your power away if you're in the present moment. If you're in the past with regrets or in the future with fear, then you're done. So guess what? We need to become fearless. So that means what? Less fear. And what does fear mean? False evidence appearing real. What caused this and how do I treat it? I drink tons of structured water. I would drink tons of structured water. I think that's great. But the reality is what else would I do? Well, I would definitely add tummy love to it. I'd put a teaspoon of tummy love in every quart of water. And what else would I do? Well, I would also maybe put either super cinnamon. You'll see it on our website. It's our essential oil. This is it. Or I would put super cinnamon, or I would put orange burst, or I'd put lemon lift into my drinks to bring up my vibration, because it's all about vibration. Okay? Yeah, and then I would take a good look at the Perfect Day diet in the Perfect Day guide. Okay? All right? And then how are your bowels? And then we're back to that liver thing again, even though it's in your ear. And make sure you're not taking in any dairy. No dairy, because dairy is the main cause of ear problems. Connie, let me see if we have any others here. Stacy, I can tell you really care for others. Why do you feel some healthy people are passing? Why do you feel? How dangerous is the COVID really? You know what? I don't want to answer it. It has become such a controversial issue, the COVID, okay? I'm going to tell you on a personal level, I have no fear of the COVID. I'm going to tell you on a personal level, everybody needs to look at it, because what you believe to be true is true. Okay? You know, like I have patients that will say, Dr. Wolfe, I believe in your stuff, but I really feel if I don't do the chemo, I won't live. Then, sweetie, do the chemo and know that I'm here for you. Dr. Wolfe, I believe that the COVID's real and I could die from it. Well, then take massive action and help yourself. Okay? And what can I do for you? Let me know what I can do for you. All right? So the mind can be a landmine, or the mind can be the master of your life. You know what? And you're going to go, oh, come on. Well, okay, well, guess what? This is the way it is. I mean, you know, your personality shapes your reality. And, you know, people that are depressed are usually depressed, aren't they? And they have a depressed immune system. People that are anxious, they're blowing their brain out. People that say, I got this. And if you say you got this, then you're not just taking emotional and mental positive action. You're doing it on a physical level too. Because if you got this, that means that you don't have inflammatory foods in your life, or inflammatory friends, or inflammatory thoughts. And if you do have this, you're not bloody well not watching the news anymore. That's for sure. Whether you want to believe this or not, I do not watch the news. Okay? I get people who tell me things and know things, but I know what a virus is. I don't need anybody to tell me. And you know what? If I start putting my personal views on Facebook or on YouTube or Instagram, I'm going to be bashed. So I'm going to keep them to myself and know this, that God created a body that can come up against any virus, any bad bacteria, any worm, any fungus, okay, if that body knows total self-care and total self-love. But the reality is that you've got to have a strategy. So understand something. When people come to me and they're like freaked out about what's going on right now, my heart goes out to them. I'm not judging them. Oh my God, what's wrong with you? No, that's not it. Because what you believe to be real is real. You know, when somebody believes, when your children wake up and they go, I know that there's a monster in the closet, Daddy. Well, guess what? You don't tell them there isn't. You got to go in there and you got to chase that monster out, and you got to then tell them that it's gone for good. You can't tell them it's not in their head, because it is in their head. And it's just like anything else, the placebo effect. Giving somebody sugar tablets, and then boom, there's the change. But I'm not telling you sugar tablets going to do the trick. I'm trying to tell you that what you think matters. And what you drink matters. What you eat matters. It all matters, okay? And all right, a virus is a virus, okay? But the reality is that you're bigger than a virus. And I got to tell you, everyone, I want to get this perfectly clear. I am not going to be talking about COVID. I am not going to be talking about vaccinations. I am not going to be talking about all this stuff that's working everybody up. You know what I want to do for the next month? I want to get down and get these master classes done, and then give them to everybody to empower them, to raise them up. You know what? We need to raise our vibration up. I'm not going to talk about an issue that's not going anywhere. Okay? All right? Okay. All right. Yvonne, I was doing black gold, yet is there a stronger heavy metal detox that you carry? Believe it or not, Fulvic, our Fulvic, I believe it to be the best Fulvic there is out there. Do your own research, but Fulvic is the greatest chelator in the world. And understand something. Create a program for yourself, okay? So the black gold and the fulvic acid concentrate you can put in your drinking water, all right? And even do diatomaceous earth and do the ultimate coffee enema and do the daily cleansing tea and the tummy love. That's it. They're all coming out. And remember something, everything is about bringing your vibration up. And if you're not going to clean your colon and you're not going to clean your liver, then I don't care how many heavy metal detoxes you do, it doesn't matter. And guess what? Whether you want to believe this or not, everybody, did you know that fungus, okay, so when you take like antibiotics, which are like chemo, and when you take them, right away the yeast turns into a fungus. And did you know that fungus, which is like candidiasis, it's like a magnet to metals. So guess what? You want to get rid of you want to get rid of the metals, you got to get rid of the fungus. To do that means that you've got to heal your intestines. Oh, there you go. And you got to flush out the liver. You got to bring up the vibrations so that you can heal your system. So do all the heavy metal detoxes you want. But the other thing is you better be drinking structured water. Okay, and this is a structured water unit. Structured water has 1,000% better hydration than any other water you can drink. Meanwhile, there's no moving parts, no electricity, nothing can break down. Once you have it for life. You can read up on that. You don't have to get ours, but I will tell you, structured water is what nature makes, and you need to follow nature, all right? Okay. Let me see here. So heavy metal detox. Okay. So if I can say this, it's creating the perfect day. It really is. It really is. You know what? Give me someone who's doing a heavy metal detox and they're heavily mental. What do I mean by that? They totally have stress, anxiety, tension. They're constricting all the time. They live in a sympathetic state. You're shutting down your cells, contracting. Good luck with getting rid of the metals. You have to be in a parasympathetic state to actually detox. And when you're in a sympathetic state, when you're stressed out, guess what? You don't detox, you don't heal. This is why people with autoimmune disease or people with cancer that are so scared of the cancer never heal, because they never get out of a sympathetic state. So that's a big one. Are you following through on the $500 off Avacen? I called today to buy one, and they said that it was $395, and they would give a credit product. Yeah. So here's the deal: the $500 on Avacen. Understand something, and I don't blame them, but we were shut down on that. So understand. So I'm giving people $500 of product that I have. This is not some kind of game. With Avacen, this is an Avacen, everyone. You know, it's like this. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So this is an Avacen. They're $39.95, $3,995. And they're worth their weight in gold if you study it. Now, I told everyone that I would give $500 off on the Avacen, so I was doing it, and I got my hand slapped. Understand? And I understand, you know, that I got to go by the rules, so I got to. But, so what I did for everyone and what I want to do for everyone is now I'm giving you $500 in product. So when you ask me if I'm going to stand behind something, I will always stand behind it if I'm the only one that's making up the rules. Well, I'm not the only one that's making up the rules. So that's as good as I can do for you. Okay? And like I said, I'll keep doing the best I can for everyone, all right? Okay. Bear with me 1 second, everyone. Kimberly, I used your eye drops for a month, but I found they irritated my eyes. Can you tell me why? And should I continue using so will stop ringing in my ears? What? Tell me why this is, and should I continue using it? Will it stop? Okay. All right. So the ringing in the ears thing is like an epidemic now, just letting you know that. And the Fulvic and the silver drops in your ears is going to help. And along with the ear clear, I just talked about that. That's on YouTube. Now, when you put the Fulvic in your eyes, I need you to get this. It's Fulvic eye drops. They're the only Fulvic eye drops in the world. We know that they don't have any negative. They pull the acid out. They pull heavy metals out. We know that it delivers nutrition deeper into the eyes. We know that the silver spray goes in and it neutralizes any viral bacterial, and it also gets into the back of the eye and even enters the bloodstream in the brain when you put it in your eyes. The reality is this. Okay. Can you hand me those, please? So the reality is this, is that when it comes to your eyes are they're up against a lot. Okay. So this is what's going to help your eyes. This and the silver drops and the Fulvic drops. And listen, we have them on sale. I know these glasses are expensive, but at the end of the day, they're worth their weight in gold. These are Tesla glasses. If you're going to be on a computer, if you're going to be in front of blue light, if you're going to be looking at your phone like the average person does 150 times a day now, if you're going to be watching TV or going to a movie or in the mall, you've got to watch this. Wear these. You're getting blue light poison. And then people say, oh yeah, but I got blue blockers. Well, guess what? Blue blockers block blue light. But Tesla glasses have fluorine lenses created by Tesla that actually change these negative frequencies into positive frequencies that actually heal your eyes, and they actually heal your brain, and they stop the inflammation in your brain. And understand something, the only reason why we got burning in our eyes is our brains are inflamed. Listen to me. Your endocannabinoid system is being burnt out by blue light. Did you know when they made the computers, when they made the telephones, when they made the TVs, and when they made all our lighting, it didn't have to be blue light? Did you know that this is, and you can say, Dr. Wolfe, you don't know what you're talking about? I do. They could have made all of these things putting off positive frequencies that heal. Now, why in the hell are everything that's created, why is it killing us? And don't you dare tell me that I'm a conspiracy guy, because guess what? The CIA made up this whole conspiracy thing to try to make everybody like me and other people that are trying to get information out there look like we're quacks. And I don't want to get controversial. I'm just trying to tell you that blue light is real. Okay? All right? And it causes cataracts, glaucoma, detached retina, macular degeneration, burning of your eyes, headaches, okay? And actually, guess what? It's actually causing neuron problems in the brain. And understand something. When your eyes are burning, it's because your brain is burning more, and your brain is causing your eyes to burn because your brain is saying, damn it, stop looking at blue light. Protect me. You're burning your brain out. And that's the deal right there. So when you're using my Fulvic Bright Eyes drops or my silver, you're using the best that we have to offer for your eyes. And guess what? People will use this and they will tell us, some people will tell us, not everybody, understand that even in 3 months or 6 months, my cataracts are only half, or my cataracts have gone away. My macular degeneration has stopped, or my burning eyes have stopped. So I don't have all the rules. I don't know if you're not drinking any water. I don't know if you're eating dairy. I don't know if you're constipated and don't even know what constipation is. I don't know if you've got some kind of drug habit. So the reality is that this is the deal. That which was called a health nut is the only thing that's going to save your butt. Let me tell you something. 20 years ago, you could smoke a pack of cigarettes still, and you could drink a quart of rye. Go do that today with all this EMF and with all this blue light and with all the GMOs and with all the glyphosate and with all the negative press, and see how that works. You're toast. This is a new planet. And I will rise above all of this. But most people will not rise above it. Because if you decide you want to become part of the herd, if you want to do what the majority is doing, then you're going to be where the majority is going. And that is the bottom line. And you know what? I haven't said anything wrong today. And remember something. I just hope freedom of speech still continues. All right. I get mouth ulcers. What should I take? First of all, if you get mouth ulcers, Mary, okay, you should be spraying. Oh my God, does he have anything else to say? Okay, first of all, you can do a few things. You should be spraying silver bullet in your mouth. You can also take it and swish it around in your mouth for as long as you can and then spit it out to get rid of the infection. Ulcers are just are bacteria, bad bacteria in your mouth eating away at the tissue in your mouth. And guess what? Do you know where that comes from? It's bum disease, not gum disease. It's not mouth disease. It's because you need to get on the daily cleansing tea, and you need to start doing the ultimate coffee enema. Spray the silver bullet in your mouth as often as you can think about it. And then also, you can also spray in there, okay, the Fulvic eye drops. Get a sprayer and spray the Fulvic eye drops in there. Now, once that starts to come down, you can do oil pulling, or maybe you can do it now. Maybe the ulcers aren't that bad. Don't do it with coconut oil. Do it with castor oil, because the pull is so much greater. Now, what I would do if I had this problem is I'd take, let's say, a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of castor oil, and then I would put about 3 drops, okay, to the first time, put just 3 drops in a tablespoon of the, it's called Healthy Mouth, and it's an essential oil blend we have, and then I'd start swishing that around in my mouth. 2 tablespoons and about 3 drops of that. Start off easy and swish that around. And really do that for a few minutes, really slow, not too fast, because you don't want to make it go too fast and irritate, but go slow and do it throughout your mouth and then spit that out. Now do that about 3 or 4 times a day. Spray the silver in, spray the Fulvic in, okay, but understand something. This is body talk. When you've got gum disease and when you've got ulcers in your mouth, you've got ulcers in your large or near the end of your small intestine if you've got ulcers in your mouth. How else did you get bad bacteria in there? What did you eat to create a bad bacteria? So understand, that's just like when somebody has bad breath. They don't have bad breath. They got bum breath. Okay, you smell it, go, and then smell that. It smells like your bum. And that's because the gases are rising from the manure that's rotting in your large intestine. And that's why I told you one of the biggest things that you could ever learn or become today is what? A pelvic floor practitioner. If you can teach people how to have a healthy pelvic floor in a large intestine, that's 85 to 95% of all health problems gone. Boom, bang. And that's what we teach in our whole life coach certification and in our Wolfe non-surgical therapy. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. No matter what happens, I will prove to the world that we have the strongest protocols for healing, and that our protocols are not about treating, they're about training. And our protocols are about self-empowerment, because that's where it's going to be. Let me tell you something. I don't need any of those systems out there. Don't want them, don't care for them, don't need them. Okay? All right? I only look up to my creator, and that's it. I don't look up to anyone else. No movie stars, no sports people, no government people, nothing. I don't look up to anyone else. I look at everyone as an equal, and we need to do that. No other gods before us. All right? You ask yourself why sports are so big, why movies are so big. They're trying to keep you, that entertainment, they're trying to keep you entrained on where they want you to go, what they want you to learn, how they want you to think. Anyways, get back on topic, Darrell. Okay. Wendy, do you apply Nano-Silver cream on your face daily? No. Hold on a second here. So what I put on my face is I put on Beyond Beauty cream. Beyond Beauty cream on my face. Okay? I do that daily. I will put also, here, Beyond Beauty spray, which is a Fulvic that we did, a Fulvic blend for the face that helps to detoxify heavy metals out, chemicals out, and it tones the face. That's what I put on my face. Do that first thing in the morning, right after I wash my face. I'll put that on, and then I put on Beyond Beauty moisturizer on my face, which is made out of 13 wild flowers, okay? And it smells unbelievable. You can even eat it. And then those people who have acne, then you would put maybe some tea tree oil in with the Beyond Beauty moisturizer, and you put that on to help to get rid of the acne. But that's what I put on my face, okay? And what I do with my face is I do clapping. Where's my clapper? Right here. Right? The best to get the circulation going and get it toned up, I actually will clap my vagus nerve, I'll clap my head, and I'll clap my face at least 5 nights a week, and I'll do that for about 30, 35 minutes while I'm reading, watching something, doing something. Yeah, that's what I put on my face. Do you know Nano-Silver? You can spray silver on your face, and you know what? You can also put our silver gel, okay, which is this here, on your face. But I don't need to put silver gel on my face because that's for like burns, acne, irritation, eczema, psoriasis. Whoops. And I don't have any of that. So, but that's what that's really good for. And silver gel is 20 times stronger than the silver bullet spray. Okay. Kelly, I have headaches and excess weight. What do I need to do? Kelly. Okay. First of all, Kelly, the first thing we need to do is take a look at dehydration, okay? And Kelly, if you're overweight, if you, let's say, weighed 180 pounds, okay? If you're 180 pounds, I hope you know you have to do 100 to 120 ounces of water a day. Don't you dare let people think about, if you're this, you do this, eight glasses a day. And then people think they drink water, but they don't drink water. And then people drink the wrong water because the only water to drink is structured water. And I showed that already. I mean, that's nature's water. What do you think? The rain comes down. The rain is structured. That's why it's got chemicals in it, even chemtrails, but it's not hurting the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, or any other organism because it's structured. And that's why we want to structure our water. But when you structure water, it has no surface tension, so it can bring all the nutrition in, detoxify. And do you ever see when it just rains a teeny bit? Everything jumps for joy. And that's why structured water. And you want to drink enough of it. And if I weighed 180 pounds, I would want to drink at least 100 to 120 ounces a day. So I would drink 2 quarts of water. Ready for this? Or 2 quarts of water could have essential oils in it, could have Fulvic, could have tummy love in it. You know what I mean? But I would drink 2 quarts of water before 11. And then I'd drink another 2 quarts before 4 o'clock. And you're going to go, that's a lot of water. And I say, yeah, and it's going to keep you full because guess what? If you're overweight, then you've got emotional issues in your tissues because if you're overweight, that means that you are an anxiety eater, a nervous eater. When you're bored, you eat. When you're stressed, you eat, right? So now you're overweight. And when you do eat, guess what? When we're stressed out, we eat to the vibration of that emotion. So when you're stressed out, is that a high vibration or low? Low. So you're going to look for low vibrational foods, and you're going to look for sugar, carbs, gluten. Do you understand? So you're going to look for things to stimulate you because you're not stimulating yourself. And the only way you can stimulate yourself in a proper way, okay, is to learn how self-care, self-love, love yourself. So, okay, you're overweight. Overweight doesn't mean you're overweight. You're not overweight. You're overinflamed. Okay, so everything starts off first on an emotional level, then becomes a physical level. So go ahead. Every time you emotionally stress yourself out, you're dumping what? HAC, which is histamine, adrenaline, and cortisol, which means hack. So no wonder you're trying to hack up stuff and you're coughing and you feel like crap because you're dumping those acidic chemicals, hormones, into the body. And guess what they're doing? They create the inflammation. And then your body says, oh my God, we got to store all this because we don't want her to have a seizure or a stroke or a heart attack. So we got to, or we don't want her to get diabetes, which everybody overweight is a pre-diabetic, right? So now what do we got to do? Well, we got to make fat cells. So why do we need the fat cells? To store the chemicals, to store the inflammation until you learn to drink structured water, enough of it, and get on a whole plant-based diet and learn to just calm down and actually go inside yourself and ask yourself, what are you doing? Are you putting yourself down? Are you running yourself down? What are you worth? Are you worth everything? Do you fill up your own heart? Or do you get brokenhearted when your husband doesn't give you a hug or a kiss, or when the kids don't tell you that, Mommy, I love you? And listen, we all want to hear that stuff, but do we need to hear it to feel fulfilled? No. Fill up yourself. Make yourself tank full. Fill up your own tank, your heart, and then you won't blow up. So there's a lot of things behind that. And understand something. You know, we're an inflammation nation, and corporations love this. They love that you're overweight. Now you got to buy more clothes. And they say that big is beautiful. Well, big is heart attacks, diabetes, and every other autoimmune disease, your life is going to be shorter. And I don't even want to go on about this, but the reality is that you got to love yourself well, okay? And you got to get rid of the emotional load so you can get rid of the physical load. And that's the only way that it becomes permanent. But still, you got to do colon cleansing, do the coffee enemas. Go take a look at the perfect day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. in my perfect day guide, okay? And send me a text, okay, to quickstart@docofdetox.com. I'll send you my 7 empowering steps. And then if you spend 35 to 40 minutes really doing your homework, learning on how to really love and care for that body of yours, and do that for 33 days, spend 35 to 40 minutes every night, and then go and also start looking at my 12 loving steps, and then do the couples connection, do the mirror work, do the Braveheart breathing, and do the love band work. And then I'll talk to you in 33 days when you've dumped all that weight and you have so much energy and you're just loving your life so much. Okay, so headaches, take a look at our magnesium product, and it's Mag Infusion, and start putting that into your blender drinks, and put about just a level teaspoon in a blender drink twice a day, and take a look at that. Take a look at also Divine Vine. It helps with your moods and it helps with your thyroid. Take a look at Iderol. Everybody should be doing time-release Iderol. You want to protect your thyroid from radiation. It's still coming from Japan, okay? And understand something. Thyroid problems have gone through the roof because guess what? We're not blocking. When you're on your phone like this, look, that blue light is knocking out my thyroid. Did you know that? When I'm on a computer and I work on a computer, that blue light is knocking out my thyroid. When I'm on a TV, so you got to wear, okay, a scarf or something around your throat, okay? Especially if you have a thyroid problem. And anybody who has a weight problem has a low thyroid, okay? Very rare would they have a hyperthyroid problem, okay? So go to the diet, cleanse the colon, look after the liver, and take a look at those few products, and also take a look at Curcumin Cayenne 5000, because it is the ultimate product and the least expensive for getting rid of inflammation in the human body, okay? Shimmy. I sleep at night at 11 p.m. and every night at 2:45 a.m. my sleep breaks and then I am unable to go back to sleep. I fully awake. Why does that happen every night? Okay, first of all, I get up too around that time, maybe around 3:30, anywhere from 2:30 to 3:30. Most nights I'll get up, but when I get up, it's not because you have to go to the bathroom, but you got to go to the bathroom anyways. So you wake up and go, oh yeah, there's something. I mean, it's not like you're going to pee the bed. So then you're going to go bathroom. I'll go to the bathroom. Then I'll just pick a nice quiet place and I'll be as quiet as possible. I'll connect to my Braveheart breathing and I'll stay up for 15 minutes and I'll just slowly breathe in and out, Braveheart breathing, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, and I'll be really quiet. And wait till you see God only whispers. So be really quiet. And I promise you that if you do that, and then if you go back to bed, instead of getting up and going, oh, I'll never get to sleep. My sleep is ruined. Another night like this. Well, you're just running the same story all the time. So go try that tonight. When you wake up, be really calm, connect to the Lionheart breathing, okay? And then just sit there for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Seriously. I promise you, you'll feel wide awake in the morning if you do this. Just be at peace with yourself. Don't fight yourself. And then, if you don't have, get yourself this. This will really help. And this is called what? A belly button therapy kit. And then go read about it, because when you do the belly button therapy, you release what? 70% of your serotonin, 50% of your dopamine. Okay? So what you're going to do is put yourself right into a relaxation state. And while you're doing it, I want you to do the Lionheart breathing. Okay? And I want you to think about all the things you're grateful for. And then say goodnight to your Creator. And thank your Creator for making it all true. You'll fall asleep. Go to bed frustrated. I mean, wake up and then get yourself frustrated and go to bed frustrated and see how that works. Okay? That's how that works. It doesn't work. Okay. And the other thing is, if you're going on your computer at 11 o'clock just before you go to bed and you don't have something like this, believe it or not, if I had to go on my computer and I was on Tesla glasses, right, it doesn't tell my brain that it's 12 o'clock at noon. But if you go on your computer or on your phone at 11 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night, you just told your body that it's 12 noon. So now your circadian rhythm is off, and now your body goes, what are you doing? I'll let you go and have a nap if you want because it's only 12 noon, but I'm not going to let you have 8 hours of sleep. And that's the God's truth. Check it out. All right? Oh, there's so many other things, isn't there? It's just like, it's like this. We don't even think about learning about our body or our emotions or our spirit until we're on the edge of the cliff and we're wondering if we can get back. We have been programmed to beat up on ourselves on an unconscious level. People do not learn today or change their lives because they love themselves so much. They change today because they're in so much pain that they don't think that they can make it through this thing unless they change. So understand something. Change for the love of it, not for the pain of it. Okay? Can I use Bright Eyes, Yvonne? Can I use Bright Eyes post-cataract surgery? Yep, you can. Pre and post. And even if you have contacts, you can do that. And if you have glasses, you can wear these right over top of your glasses when you're on computers or doing everything else like that. Good question. Okay. Number 3, Connie, have you worked with blocks, emotional, etc., being one cause of femoral or other hernias? I'm very skeptical about doctors and hospitals. Any suggestions? Well, first of all, I'm trying to figure this one out. Have you worked with blocks, emotional? Well, I've done over 26,000 emotional consultations, from people with drug problems to suicide to divorce to relationship problems, you name it. Okay? So I've been around the board on that one. Okay, hernias. Okay, well, if you've got a hernia, then you need to get on a whole plant-based diet. You need to cleanse your colon, do the coffee enemas, and you need to start what? Doing the belly button therapy, very gentle. And you can even start doing some clapping because you've got physical blocks in this whole area. Okay? So you might want to attend the clapping class as well. But the reality is this. When it comes to hernias, if they're just beginning, you can turn them around. If you tear right out, then guess what? They're going to want to put mesh in you, and don't you dare let them do that. Because now you've just put an antenna in your pelvis. The worst place you could put an antenna, because now with every bloody cell phone, 5G, Wi-Fi, that is like an antenna, and it's going to be hitting your pelvis, which means you are going to be in big trouble. Understand something. Please try to look at getting Wolfe non-surgical and doing the perfect day and proper detoxification before you start going for knee replacement, hip replacement, rods in your spine, or even valves in your heart. But I'm not telling you to stop something that's critical. I'm trying to tell you to start looking after yourself right away, because every time that you put any metal or foreign object in your body, it is not a good thing. Do you ever have a sliver? You have a sliver in your foot, you feel irritated and it'll inflame and get pussy. Well, what do you think happens when you put a foreign object in your body? And understand something. That's where we're going. Medical science breakthroughs. Everybody's going to become a robot. So hernias, like I said, you better make sure you reduce your weight, cleanse your colon. You better get on a whole plant-based diet and take a look at the perfect day. I would actually do advanced water fasting if I had a hernia, because that will release stem cells, autophagy, where it goes in and eats up the old cells, creates new cells. Oh, that's the only way to go. That's the way I would go. And I'm skeptical about doctors. Well, understand. And hospitals, well, they're not into health. Doctors are not into health. Doctors are into pharmaceuticals, surgery, chemo, radiation, some physiotherapy. They're not into health. They don't look at nature. They don't look at your bowels, your liver, detox. They don't look at diet. None of that matters. So be skeptical. I wouldn't be skeptical. I know that if I went to a doctor or the hospital, I would be going there for surgery. That's the only reason I'd be going. So there's no skeptical about it. When you're using the medical system as your healthcare system, then you become a 911 emergency. So that's all I want to say about that. So the reality is, why don't we just start thinking? Okay, all right? If I wanted to go get my dry cleaning done, I'm not going to go to my auto mechanic, right? So everybody has a specializing job. And just like the medical system, thank God they're there. They do save lives. But when they get into your daily care, it's not a good thing. Michelle, this happens mostly at night, but my feet are cramping. Well, okay, dehydration and also get on the structured water, like I said. But for God's sake, start drinking water, because that's a big part of it. And also, it's low in magnesium. And if you are stressing the living crap out of yourself, then you're burning up your magnesium, okay? And that's going to cause a lot of the cramping. And if you're stressing yourself out, you're also burning up your oxygen, okay? Cramping and turning inward, very painful. Her feet. I will try to get up and walk, but it's worse. Okay, so guess what? Lactic and uric acid crystallization in your feet, and even probably calcium deposits down there. So your feet are going to end up being, I don't know how old you are, but in another few years, they're going to be like 2 blocks, walking on 2 blocks. And it's what it means is the microcirculation in your feet is gone. I bet you your feet are, if they're not inflamed, because, you know, your feet can get hot when you're really stressed out, but after a while, they won't get hot anymore. They're just going to be cold all the time because they're going to become too crystalline. Lactic uric acid crystals, like I just said. And that's like somebody who has gout. When you have gout, it's because you have too much lactic and uric acid crystals in your toe, and that's because, well, yeah, your diet is not great. Too much ice cream, too much sugar, too much beer. That usually can really cause that, okay? But as far as your feet go, get yourself a foot roller. That would help. And I show that on, which one? I show that one on my exercise routine, which is in my do-it-yourself on YouTube. Get yourself a foot roller, okay? I would also learn how to clap your feet, okay? So start clapping your feet. And just use your hand even. Start clapping your feet. It might hurt, but you better get some circulation down in there. And what else would I be doing? Well, I would be rubbing peppermint oil on the bottom of my feet, and that's going to reduce the pain right away, okay, because it really does help. And I'd rub that maybe a few times a day on the bottom of my feet. What else would I do? Well, I might rub some DMSO on my feet as well, at least just the rose DMSO. That would help a lot. But you need to get drinking the water. You need to do some magnesium, and you need to get off of all these inflammatory products because your feet wouldn't be in pain unless you were riding the pain train, okay? Dr. Wolfe, Paulina. Hi, Dr. Wolfe. When I do my coffee enema, I can't hold it for more than 10 minutes. Well, that's because there's so much inflammation and infection in your bowel. So be easy on yourself. Let's do this step by step. You know what? It's the most powerful thing that you'll ever do is a coffee enema, especially the ultimate coffee enema. So just keep working at it. Don't be hard on yourself, okay? More than 10 minutes, sometimes 5 to 8 minutes maximum. Is that okay, or am I doing something wrong? No. But the reality is, when you go to do your coffee enema, right? When you open up the tube, squeeze the tube so it goes in slower, okay? And then when you feel a little pressure, shut the tube and just sit there and just relax. Just relax. Just relax. And follow the instructions. I hope you followed the instructions. It's in my perfect day guide. You know, you start on your left, go on your back, go on your right. So make sure that you follow the instructions and you're doing the breathing properly, but just allow it to trickle in and then allow no cramping. And then open it up, allow it to trickle in again. It might take you longer. Once you get the coffee enema in there, then hold for 15 minutes if you can, and then release it. And if you feel pressure, just go and dump in the toilet and then start again. And if you had to do it like 4 or 5 times today and you go, don't be frustrated with yourself. Let me tell you something. You love yourself and be patient. You learn patience for your body and for you. You know what? We miss out when we're not patient, okay? So learn patience for yourself. And don't give up on yourself, Paulina, okay? Don't do it. Don't give up. Never give up on yourself. Vivian, my 85-year-old mom has massive ganglion on the inside of her wrist, causing her lots of pain. How can she get rid of it? Well, I'll tell you right now. If she was here in 15 minutes, we could probably reduce most of it. And then what we would do is teach her how to do some patting and clapping. But patting and clapping is not going to do it. If I were to do Wolfe non-surgical on it, I could pull the ganglion apart and actually get the blood flow, the lymph flow, the energy flow back in here, and it would change it so fast. It would change it right before her eyes. Everyone needs to get this. Before this whole coronavirus happened, we were booked for 4 months. 4 months with PTTs coming every week, double PTTs. The day that you take a personal treatment and training is the day that you don't have to deal with probably 95% of everything we talked about today. How would you like to go take a course that will make you a master at your mind and your body? That's the bottom line. So how are we going to get rid of this ganglion? Well, for one thing, remember something. 85 years old, she's not drinking structured water, not drinking enough of it. She's also not on a whole plant-based diet. You got to get her bowels moving. We know at 85, things are getting pretty dry in there. Got to get the cork out. She probably won't want to do a liver cleanse, but that's okay. Just get her bowels moving. Get her on curcumin cayenne 5000. Get her on FibroClear, which is a systemic enzyme. Also, start rubbing the rose cream on the ganglion cyst, not cyst, but on the ganglion. You want to rub that on there 3 times a day, and then you want to take Pain Away essential oil and have her try to remind her to put that on continually, constantly. And if the skin gets a little dry, she can put a little bit of moringa oil on. But if she does that, that's going to help a lot. Okay, and let me think. That's the main thing. I wouldn't give her too much because at 85, they're not going to do a lot. Okay, they're just not going to do a lot. But try those things. Betul, question about colloidal silver solution. Ours is not colloidal. Ours is a Nano-Silver. But anyways, colloidal silver solution and how to use it with nebulizer. I didn't get the eye drops, got the big bottle of colloidal silver solution. Want to know for my 6-year-old son. Well, if you're going to nebulize, go to my YouTube do-it-yourself part, and I show you the whole thing, okay? Jeanette, I would love to buy a structured water unit. Jeanette, I know that it's 20% off. Just call in if you want a unit. I told everybody that. So I said 25% one day, and guess what? I was wrong. It's 20%. If you want one, please call in, okay? Thank you. Just call our 800 number, extension 1 or 2, and they'll take 20% off for you. Just say that Dr. Wolfe said to, okay? And that goes for anybody else too, all right? Goes for one, it goes for all. Kate, is it possible to get a rash from too much Humic or Fulvic? Okay. Yes, it could be possible because the Humic and the Fulvic, the Humic is picking up the viral, the bacterial, and other parasitical things. It helps to also balance the hormones, but that's what mainly it does. It will lock down any virus, right? Now the Fulvic, it will pick up acidity and toxicity. So now where are they going to go? Well, they're going to be released usually through the bowels or through sweating. The reality is, if you aren't doing the daily cleansing tea and you're jammed up in there and it's stirring some stuff up, you may get a rash. So again, I'm telling you, take the daily cleansing tea and take Tummy Love and or just even the daily cleansing tea and take enough of it, that your bowels are moving 2 to 3 times a day. And I'm not kidding. My bowels will move 2 to 3 times a day every day. And I eat 1 meal a day. I do a couple blender drinks or 1 blender drink, and I'll do some carrot juicing. I'll do a lot of drinking of Fulvic. But you want to have at least 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. And you want it like just not watery, but it can be like a cow plop, because we really need to see that we're bringing down that toxic load. Remember something. Your large intestine, it backs up on your liver, backs up your lymph system. So you pull the cork out and reduce and get the colon to work, which is the mother of all organs. It's 85% of your immune system, and you're not going to get these rashes, I promise you. And if you do get the rashes and you don't want to take the tea, look at doing the silver bullet gel. That'll get rid of the rashes. Okay, 1 second. Michelle, what is the best way to clean our water structure unit? Well, you can put it into vinegar for about 5-10 minutes and then rinse it with the water, or you can put it in the top shelf of your dishwasher, and you can do it that way. Okay? Espinus, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Doc, any do's and don'ts, foods or drinks for COPD patient? Is there a cure for COPD? I don't like the word cure. Okay, I would tell you to watch my clapping this Wednesday. You'll have to, when we put the invitations out, or if you're in our email list, it's going to come to you. And then I'll be showing the clapping on the lungs and the heart area. And then if you're part of that, then you'll get all the rest of the clappings that I'll be doing over the next few months. But here's the deal. So it's about the lungs. I already said that the lungs are directly related to the large intestine. I hope there's no dairy in this person's diet, no gluten. And I would be doing, like I said, 40 ounces, boil the water, pinch of cayenne, 1.5 ounces of lemon juice, maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons of honey, and I'd be drinking that warm water throughout the day, because it'll help to what? Loosen up the mucus, okay? The other thing I would be doing if it was me, if I had that, is I would be doing nebulizing. I'd be doing nebulizing of the silver and the Fulvic. You can see that in my do-it-yourself. I showed the nebulizer earlier today if you want to go back and watch that. I would also be doing curcumin cayenne 5000, and I would also be rubbing Lung Restore on my chest area, and that's good enough to start. I would be doing coffee. I would be doing the ultimate coffee enema. But if I had COPD, I'll tell you what I'd be doing. I'd be doing an advanced water fast, and I'd try to pull that off for at least 6 days. And then I'd try to pull one off for 7 days, depending on the weight, the condition of the person. Because water fasting, advanced water fasting, you'll do ATP, you'll do Fulvic, you'll do Ormus minerals. You can also do coffee enemas. And you also just do Himalayan salt water flush. That's all you do. And if you do that, it unleashes stem cells. It unleashes autophagy, which goes in and eats up the dead cells wherever the weakness is, which we know where that is, right? Okay. Lori, we want to travel eventually. How can we do this if we're going to make vaccines mandatory? If you travel, you know what, Lori? I say we take it one step at a time, one day at a time. And when people listen to the news right now, it's really quite hairy, scary. Get the news out of your life, and let's just make today the best day of our life, okay? Let's make today the most beautiful day, and let's just picture life the way we want to see it. That's all we can do. All right? I really need you to, and I mean this in the best way. When people say this, they go, ugh. Mind your own business. And that is just being in the present moment. And let's see. You know, every time that we have ever seen something that we needed to take action, we weren't worried, were we? Because we were taking positive action. When something's none of your business, At that point, when it's none of your business, all you're doing is sitting and stressing out. That's all I can say. And I know that, and I will not partake in that anymore. And let me tell you something. Think what you want, but don't you think they're doing that on purpose? Oh my gosh. Anybody that's locked up in their home and watching the news right now, you know what? You'd need therapy for like years, and definitely need drugs to just try to numb yourself down, because who can process that? Not me. You're a bigger person than I am if you think you can. Kate, how does the structure water unit compare to the gravity system by Santivia? Well, you know what? If you want to get that system, you go right ahead, but it can't compare at all. Structure water. The Santivia system is not structure water, okay? 13, Laura, question about structure water unit. How long does it stay structured after running it through the portable unit? Right now, we know it's at least up to 8 years. But if you put the water in direct sunlight, it will break the structuring down, okay? Julie, I'm new. What is structured water? Okay, please, if you could go to my library and click on Structured Water Guide, read that, then watch the video with me and Dr. Gerald Pollack, who's the father of water, okay, and he's a brilliant man. Check him out. But where's the structure unit? That's a structure unit. That's the portable. This is the shower unit, Julie, and then you put your shower head on it, okay? These both have a 90-day money-back guarantee. If I've exaggerated, you just send them back, okay? If it doesn't do more than what I say, and you can get a whole house unit as well if you want. But structured water is no surface tension. It's like homeopathic, where it totally gets rid of the memory of everyone who ever drank it. And even though you may still have that metal in it, you might have the chemical in it, the actual memory of it is gone. So you can understand something. When you actually get a purifier, whether it's charcoal purifier, distiller, reverse osmosis, or any other filter situation, guess what? You didn't structure out the frequency. So even though you got rid of the physical, the actual frequencies are still there of the drugs, the chemicals, and the people who drank it. Thank you. I'm not buying into that one. I won't do it. So that's why I structure everything. So you can say that's not true, but if you know homeopathics, you know it is. And if you understand the law of frequency, then you'd know that that is true, and that's actually based on science. And like I said, you've got a 90-day money-back guarantee. And if you want to call the office, I'll give you 20% off. That's it. And I'm not going to keep saying the 20% off because it's been dragging on for a couple weeks now. All right. But structured water, it's amazing. And who said it had to be difficult? Who said it had to be expensive? I mean, you know, you buy a structured water unit with the 20% off, it's $320, but it's going to last you for a lifetime. Okay. Michelle, do you have any idea when they plan on activating 5G? They already have. So why do you think in Wuhan everybody's getting sick? Why do you think in Milan, Italy, everybody was getting sick? I don't want to get into the whole controversial thing, but you're going to find out that there's going to be like the viral problems will be worse wherever 5G is. Okay. So you're really going to have to up your game with your health if you think you're going to get through this. And understand something. Take a look at this. This is called a bodyguard, and this is called a protector. This will do 5 feet down, below, above, out, each side, all around, to protect you against any type of EMF, okay? And then this will do your house, 200 feet that way, that way, that way, that way, okay? And again, we have a money-back guarantee. If you don't think they work, you can just return them. How's that? Because you know what? People hear this stuff and they go, voodoo, whatever. But try it out. See if you like it. I'm done being a marketer guy, okay? Understand something. Everything that I do, I truly believe in. And everything that I tell you, I do, okay? So my heart's behind it. Jeanette, when are the classes in California and the cost? Okay, guys, I need to tell you this. I am not going to do any more classes in the United States. I'm going to do them in Canada, and I'm going to do them in Mexico. Honestly, it's not my mind. It's my gut I listen to. And it just says, Darrell, don't do it. Don't go there. So I'm not going to be doing classes in the United States until I say I'm going to be again, which is going to be a long time to come, because I believe that there's more going on, and I believe that people's rights are being tested, and people are only going to be able to take so much before they're going to see and feel that they're not being treated like human beings and they're being treated like human doings. So I'm just going to keep them in Canada, and I'm going to have them in Ixtapa, Mexico, and I figure we'll cover it. And I feel that, you know what? Everybody in the United States that wants to take my courses would love to come to Ixtapa, Mexico, or come to beautiful Canada. So there's the choices. Christy, can you share more sometime about mitochondria? Okay, so I will share more about mitochondria. Your mitochondria, okay, so here's the deal. So dysfunctional mitochondria is the reason for all illness. Basically, it is. I mean, on a cellular level, it is. It's not RNA, DNA, it's not genetics, okay? It's epigenetics, which means above, and it's your mitochondria, and your mitochondria are actually the powerhouse of every cell. And when they get damaged, then you're damaged. And you're going to hear a lot more about this. Your mitochondria, they make your ATP. And this is why we are the only company that actually has an organic ATP made from life crystals from that I know of. So when you take our ATP, it helps to repair your mitochondria. But when your mitochondria get damaged, you really want to pull up your game. So that means that when you've got like an autoimmune disease, or you've got cancer, or you've got things going bumpity bump in the night, you really want to take a look at the Perfect Day whole plant-based diet, and you want to look at advanced water fasting, okay? Because you really want to up your game fast. You know what? When you've got a 20-foot hole and you use a 5-foot ladder, you will feel like you're getting out, but you never do. How many people actually get well out there? Okay? I give a money-back guarantee to anybody who comes to our personal treatment and training, or that we go and do a personal treatment and training, or anyone that comes for just treatment, that we will do more in the first treatment, okay, than all the other treatments put together when it comes to anything like physical or emotional problems. And that's a guarantee, and I'll live by it. Okay? Once you learn the rules, you need to train those rules to everyone. So you need to learn how to become the light for yourself and then shine that on your family. Okay? Veronica, I have compressed nerves, making it hard to pee and poo no matter how regularly I go. Well, guess what? You don't have compressed nerves. You have scar tissue that's wrapping around the nerves, that's shutting off the actual communication and transformation of information. And understand something. I make you a bet, Veronica, if you could get here, or if we ever get down to you wherever you live, okay, that I do one treatment and you'll be pooing and peeing all night, and it won't be difficult to do. Now, that'll be the first treatment. So there'll be other things that we need you to do, like everything I've been talking about here today. Okay? Understand something. Whether you're talking about a problem from your toe to your nose, a lot of these rules apply. The problem is that, first of all, let's make this perfectly clear. There are times when people need drugs. But understand, drugs are drugs. They're not from nature. They're synthetic. And all drugs are toxic. So understand something. So now they have a pill for every ill. But you need to understand this. The rules that make you well keep you well, and the rules that help one person will help another person. Because nature does not make it that complicated. So people always say, well, you just said that it was for that, but how can you say that's for that? Well, because guess what? the medical system makes everything look complicated and sound complicated. My gosh, you actually believe the body doesn't heal. You actually believe that you don't have the power to heal. You actually believe that you're not a genius. You are. There's a hidden practitioner in you, and you are a genius, and 99.9999% of anything that goes wrong with you, I can teach you how to look after yourself. And what would that do to the corporations out there? Well, I don't really care. The reality is this. You having the perfect day, you having a life of love and joy, how would you like to not be in pain? How would you like to just have a little sense of pain and, oh, I know what I just did wrong. I need to correct that. Instead of feeling pain and going, shut the hell up. Where's my drugs? Okay? I'm being tortured by God. Oh, this body sucks. That's where we are now. Anytime that I have a little bit of pain, I know what to do, and I know why I'm off track. Did I not drink enough water? Am I getting constipated? Did I just eat an inflammatory product? Okay? Am I low on something? Or am I just terrorizing myself? So compressed nerves, that's just like people say, oh my gosh, I've got stenosis. And they said that the nerves are dead in my spine. Well, they're not dead. Okay, nerves don't die like that. They get wrapped with scar tissue crystallization and calcium, and I can prove it. Okay, how about you tell me that the nerves, you have stenosis in your spine, and you've got drop foot, or you've got pain going down your leg, or you can't feel your leg, or you can't feel your arm anymore, and we prove to you that the nerves aren't dead, that it was a scar tissue calcification crystallization issue. There it is. Okay, because guess what? If you could actually take control of this, do you know how many surgeries would not be happening today because you realize you've been asleep and that you finally wake up? And if you go to a surgeon, what's he going to sell you? Surgery. If you go to a doctor, what's he going to give you? A prescription for drugs, or he's going to give you surgery. I'm not downing these things. I'm just trying to tell you, don't go if you don't want. And why don't you just find out how to look after that beautiful body of yours? Joanna, but can these calcium products also deplete calcium in the bones? She's talking about SAC calcium. Now, SAC calcium is the only calcium like this on the planet. If you want to know more about SAC calcium, which is the only calcium product that actually is scientifically proven to work, just send me a text to quickstart@docofdetox.com, and you can read a 33-page on SAC calcium and watch the videos on the truth about calcium, and you'll find out that no, these do not deplete. And understand something, when people say they've got osteoporosis, they still have the same amount of calcium in their body. It's just in their joints, their muscles, and their tissues. And SAC calcium will take that and bring it back into the body. And then because after 25, because of all the toxicity and the EMF and everything else, our human growth hormone's down. So we don't make and break calcium like anybody before 25 years old. But when you do the SAC calcium, it restores all that. And that's why I'm telling you right now, you could have been taking Fosamax, your bones are crumbling, not like down, but you know, they're crumbling, fracturing, and you take on SAC calcium and get on Merigen, and you do that for 6 months to a year, depending on what your diet's like, the water you drink, how you think, how you eat, okay? You're going to reverse that osteoporosis. And also remember something, when you balance blood pH, calcium, and when you return all the calcium back to your bones, do you know what the body does? It can turn around any type of illness. So understand that. Go do your homework on it, and then you be the judge, okay? Remember something, only your body heals, okay? There are no shortcuts, all right? Let me see here. Is calcium is the SAC calcium sold in US dollars? Yes, it is. Thank you, Joanne. Lisa, why is milk recommended for babies and children? They say they need the vitamin D for strong bones and teeth. Well, reality is that's a lie. Okay, and that's a total lie. And you're allowed to lie. Okay? So understand something. Our government has known that dairy is one of the most inflammatory foods, and it causes everything from constipation to cancer. And that's not true about the vitamin D. If it was me, I'd buy a vitamin D light. Take a look on my website. Go to EMF/light, and you'll see the vitamin D light, and just get the best D in the world. Unless you're living close to the equator, you're not getting D anyways, and you're not getting vitamin D from milk. So whoever told you that, and you're also not getting calcium from milk. Milk is actually causing inflammation that's taking the calcium out of your bones. You'll see that every country that drinks more and more dairy they drink, and cheese they eat, and yogurt that they eat, oh my God, where's my Greek yogurt? The more calcium problems, and the more heart disease, and the more cancer they have. Don't believe me, do your homework. You know what? Like I said, I did an article back when I was 32. It was called Scary Dairy. The Canadian Dairy Board sued me for $250,000, and they did not get a penny. All right. Shouldn't we be able to use the natural things that God made available to us, like cow's milk, instead of man-made supplement? Yeah, well, for one thing, you get your calcium from whole plant-based foods. And understand something, the only reason why we drink cow's milk is man went out and looked on the horizon and went, let me see, okay, what's got the biggest udder? Oh, there it is, it's a cow. Okay, so biggest udder, most milk. Now, cow's milk is the molecule is 20 times larger than mother's milk. Okay, 20 times. So you can't digest it. It's an allergy inflammation situation for everyone. Okay, so now when you get done being breastfed, within days, you no longer make the enzyme that breaks mother's milk down. And that's why even now we're going to go to cow's milk. My gosh, don't ask why your kids have colds and flus. Don't ask why they have earaches. And the other thing is this, go to a doctor and he's going to go, hey, you got a flu? Stop cow's milk. Well, if it's good for me, why wouldn't I keep taking it? Okay, so don't do it. Okay, you couldn't give it to me. All right, and yogurt, you couldn't give it to me. Do coconut yogurt. Try that out. There's lots of different yogurts, and don't do dairy. Sharon, Dr. Wolfe, can I get the Tesla glasses on a clip-on because I can't see without my prescription lenses? Right now, they don't have them. So I'll tell you what. Where are they? Oh, they're right here. They don't have them, but you can put them right over your glasses. You can put these right over your glasses. And the other thing is believe it or not, people are actually buying this and they're getting the lenses, and they're actually, my brother actually bought a pair, took the lenses and got someone to make clip-ons, and now he wears them on clip-on. I know that's a pain in the butt, but most people just put them over there because you're not always going to be on a computer. You're not always on things. But I hope that someday they do make them, but as of this time, no. Something is wrong with my gallbladder. I'm 2-year triple negative breast cancer survivor, and I had the standard treatment, chemotherapy. Oh my gosh, she goes through a lot of stuff. First of all, let's not be a survivor. Let's be a thriver. Okay, she went through chemo. She went through 32 radiations. I have done 2 gallbladder flushes with no gallstones. Okay, so we know that the gallbladder and liver hold a lot of emotional hate. So just keep doing your coffee enemas. But the reality is, all that chemo, all that radiation, it's in your tissues. If you want to give me a call, extension 5, I'll try to help you out. Okay, we're going to have to close off here. How many more do we have? 3 more, but I'll try to do them quickly. Melinda, thank you for your information. It seems like you're talking about me, gums receding. Yeah, get working on those bowels, girl. And earlier today, I talked about what to do with the mouth. Somebody had ulcers. Do the same thing with your gums. But with your gums, you can actually take the healthy mouth, and put the drops in your mouth and swish them around. And do that maybe 3 or 4 times a day, and then spit it out. But it will really get in there neutralizing the infection, okay? And there are other things I'll talk about when somebody asks me again at another Q&A. Where do I begin? Give me a call, and I'll go through that with you. Chris, I do a 16-hour fast, eat well, but my bowels are never good. Have gas and small movements. Okay, you got to get on the daily cleansing tea and the tummy love. And if your bowels are really bad, you might have to make a 3-bag tea into 1 gallon, and then do start off with a 4 ounce twice a day, and then go to 8 ounces twice a day. Chris, if you call me extension 5 and you buy the tea, I swear to God, we'll nail this thing, okay? Because once you get your bowels moving, that's 85% of everybody's problem, right? So let's see if we can get there. Margaret, I have brown spots. Should I have my liver checked? Okay. Margaret, today I said to everybody that if you have brown spots, that you have liver problems. I didn't say a liver disease. Everybody just goes way over. Okay, so brown spots, okay, age spots, okay, sunspots, okay, they are caused because we backed up our bowel, which has been backing up onto our liver and our lymph system. We clean those out, okay, and we get our circulation back, and we bring up the vibratory level of the tissues in these organs. These brown spots are going to leave that are on our hands and our face and the rest of our body. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Okay, when watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe below, and make sure you click on the bell to enable notifications so that you never miss a show. And remember, all our shows and Q&As are stamped and they're on YouTube. And the other thing is, you can watch any of our shows in any language that you want, okay? You can put on English if you would like to have subtitles on the bottom. Just look at the CC part down in the bottom. Also, if you wish to listen to our shows in audio version, you can do that on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Again, I want to thank every one of my listeners, because without you, we wouldn't have a show, but thank God you come on, so we have a show. And understand something. It's time that we show up, okay? Wake up so that we can actually grow up. The only way that we can grow is consciously. So please look at your mind, look at what you're thinking, put a little mini you here and go, no, that's not me. That's not me. 3, 2, 1, I got this. That's not me. That's not me. Don't allow yourself to be fearful. Be fearless, less fear, right? And join me for my clapping show on Wednesday if you'd like. And I will be doing Q&As for the next 3 weeks. And I'll have one more show next Wednesday. And that's with, that show is with Clive. And Clive will be talking about viruses and other mysteries, okay? And then I will be taking 2 to 3 weeks off so that I can finish I Am Woman Masterclass, and I can finish the How to Thrive and Stay Alive in a Brave New World. And I will be giving those to you within the next few weeks, those 2 masterclasses. And remember something, we are family. Let's not squabble with each other or with each other or ourselves anymore, okay? All right? Forgive yourself for everything. And remember, until you become the master of your mind, your physical body is going to hit a lot of bumps along the road. God bless, and thank you for joining me. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.